What's going on, y'all? My name is Anders. Welcome to a new episode of Street Sessions. Before I get started with this video today, be sure to hit that like button down below. Be sure to hit that subscribe button down below as well. Also, before I get to this video today, congratulations to Miss Cardi B, Miss Barty, for making Bodak Yellow the #1 single in the country today. She is the first rap artist to do that since Lauryn Hill back in 1998. This is a huge deal, you guys. She deserves all the praise in the world today. I just want to make this week Cardi B week, y'all. Just congratulations to her. So today, everyone, I have a new video for you, a new word on the street. This week was a really dramatic week, if you know what I'm saying. But I'm about to break it down for you right now. So I'm pretty sure you all have heard about the Take a Knee situation with the NFL and Donald Trump. You know, last year, Colin Kaepernick started the Take a Knee protest when he took a knee during the national anthem, and people hated it. Since then, he has been out of the job in the NFL, and you know, people are just not here for that. People want to see him play. Last week, the president finally addressed this issue and said this.
Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a bitch off the field right now, out, he's fired. He's fired!
Now, I'm not surprised by these statements, to be honest with you, because he's Trump, and Trump is going to do what Trump does. So, of course, after everything Trump said, you had players, coaches, managers, everybody sitting or kneeling in solidarity against him. However, there were some people who didn't take a stand, and here's what I have to say to them. I believe there's a lot of pressure for athletes to stand up for what is right in this country today, because, you know, they've worked so hard to get to where they are, and a lot of them came from poverty, and they don't want to see themselves and their families go back to that life. However, you can't forget what they said to us. You can't forget what they said to our fathers and our grandfathers. You can't forget the way they treated us, because at the end of the day, when you stand up for that anthem, you approve of them talking bad to us. You approve of them treating us like we're worthless. Don't forget where you come from. Don't forget the sacrifices that your ancestors made. That's all I have to say about that. Now, in addition to what happened this week, Donald Trump also tried to come for Steph Curry. So, as you know, the Warriors won the 2017 championship for the NBA. And of course, when teams win the championship, it's customary for them to go to the White House and celebrate with the president. This week, Steph Curry was asked if he would go, and he had this to say.
You said you want to make like that to be a statement, like, you know, you guys should make a statement by not
we
going.
don't stand for basically what our president has, the things that he said and the things that he hasn't said in the right times, that we won't stand for it. And by acting and not going, hopefully that will inspire some change when it comes to what we tolerate in this country and what is accepted and what we turn a blind eye to.
So of course, Donald Trump, trying to beat Steph Curry to the punch, revoked his invitation. Now, my thing about this whole situation is Donald Trump is a petty motherfucker. In my opinion, the way he's acting is getting worse. Like, when he first started the presidency, it wasn't this bad. Like, it was little stuff. It was small stuff that we could laugh about. But now it's stuff that is serious. And he's being the opposite of president. He's being the complete opposite of presidential right now. He is dividing this country, and I just think it's about time we impeach him, to be honest with you. I think a lot of the stuff that he's doing right now is just a distraction from North Korea. Really, honestly, truly. But moving on to a lighter subject. XXXTentacion decided to change up his look this week. And, of course, Triple X Tentacion being an up-and-coming artist, he does things to, you know, get the attention of people. You know, his look, this isn't the first time his look has been criticized, or his, you know, his image as a whole has been criticized, but this look that he has took the cake. Now, what I have to say about this look, it is very out of this world. He defended this look by saying that he did this look to promote his own individuality, which I commend. I think that promoting your own individuality is a great thing to do. Now, here's where I have a problem with Triple X Tentacion. He has been known to, you know, be a bit deranged and go off the rails sometimes. I don't know if you guys know this, but he's actually in a case right now where he allegedly abused a young girl. So when I hear the news of this hairstyle and, you know, him trying to be individual, it comes off as a little psychotic. I'm not saying what he's not doing is great. It's just saying, you know, the light that he's in right now is just not a very good light. So it's kind of hard for me to, you know, wrap my head around the individuality and all that. I believe that he might actually be onto something with this, but I think he needs to worry about the issues that are pressing, like at this very moment, if you get what I'm saying. But moving on, you guys, Jay-Z allegedly turned down the Super Bowl. Why? Nobody knows why, because the story is alleged. We don't know if it's true or not. We don't know if he really did. However, a lot of people are speculating that he turned it down in order to protest or boycott the NFL. The reason I believe this may be true is because the NFL has not portrayed very good character lately. With everything going on with Colin Kaepernick and everything going on with these take a knee protests, I can understand why, and he has a very good reason to. I believe his logic behind it is, you know, I'm not going to continue to help you all make money and you guys don't support us. I know for a fact that if Jay-Z were to do the Super Bowl, it would bring in numbers. Why? Because people like Jay-Z, and he knows that. I believe Jay-Z is doing what everyone should be doing. I believe that Jay-Z is doing what everyone should be doing, to be honest. When you see issues like this, when you see people being mistreated, the best way to get back at someone is to take their money away. The best way to make sure that they can't make money is to stop providing services for them. When you cut off somebody's money supply, that's when they listen, because they can no longer support themselves if they're not making money. And that's with any issue like that, any racial issue. I believe that boycott is always the way to go. The last story I'm going to talk to you guys about today is something that's a little bit more local. It's something that happened here in Charlotte. I believe that this isn't a big story, but I believe that the story shouldn't be forgotten. Last Friday at Audrey Kell High School, in a very affluent school in Charlotte, there was a football game, and after this football game, the students were drunk, high, something that, you know, isn't too far-fetched for high school students, but here's the part that bugged me, you guys. These students were yelling racial slurs at other students. They were verbally abusing other students, physically abusing other students, and just being a complete mess. Now, the student section of the game was dismissed during the third quarter. Of course, because they were causing a disturbance and the safety of other students was in jeopardy. However, the student section and the student body as a whole has yet to be actively punished. The principal did come out with a statement talking about these issues. However, there has not been a punishment set in place for these students. And it makes me wonder why. Like, is it because Audrey Kell is a majority white high school in a very affluent neighborhood? It makes me think if this were like at West Charlotte or Harding or Philip O'Berry, if it were a majority black high school, would the result be the same? Would they just be dismissed, or would people be arrested, beaten, or even worse? I'm starting to believe that there's a double standard when it comes to stuff like this. When white kids act out, it's considered, you know, childlike behavior. But when black kids act out, it's considered thuggish. It's something that really bugs me. And when I go out in public and I see white teenagers and white kids doing the things that they would call black kids doing, being ghetto for, it irks me, because they know they won't be called out for it, and they know that, you know, their actions are deemed less controversial than those of black students and black teenagers, or youth of color in general, if you get what I'm saying. It should be looked at as a prime example of white privilege in America. But you guys, I've talked about a lot this episode. What do you think of all of the discussions? What do you think of all of the different discussions going on, from XXXTentacion to the NFL, to Trump, to Jay-Z boycotting the NFL, to Audrey Kell? Just let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I always like to hear the opinions of others, because the opinions of others always enlighten me, and I just want to be enlightened by you guys. So let me know in the comment section below what you think. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.